What is up, everybody? It's your boy Doody back again with another video, and this time we're taking a look at our boy DSP's daily rap video after a day of, well, what did he do? Did he play some Call of Duty? And I'm not sure what he did at the late night. I know he went and visited his buddies Kino Casino to actually have a conversation about politics. Ain't that something, folks? Oh my lord. Alright, let's see what Phil had to say on the daily rap.
Good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Tuesday, the 5th of November, 2024. Going back to form as a full gameplay day, it was a really fun day. Let's talk about it. So first off, today on the Level 1 podcast, we talked about a few interesting topics, including the election, which is literally going on right now. And also we talked about my detractors literally scamming each other for thousands of dollars. We talked about the upcoming lineup of games that are going to be upgraded and or improved for the PlayStation 5 Pro launch.
All right, I want to give my quick thoughts on Phil here and his little piece, I guess, regarding Supercrzy, because I know people have asked me, oh, are you going to talk about it? Are you going to comment or whatever? I typically stay away from other detractors drama. Your boy Doody typically stays in his lane when it comes to that, because honestly, I don't like to tell people how to detract. I don't get into that. Doody does his own thing, and hopefully everyone respects that. But yeah, I've been asked about this, and I did see the segment where Phil and Supercrzy that turned into a rant about Stutter and Craig and everyone that's wronged him in the last 16 years, which is pretty pathetic. If you want to see it, it's on my channel. But yeah, he initially started talking about the whole Supercrzy lawsuit and how detractors are scamming each other. Well, first of all, I'll give you my insight onto the whole Supercrzy thing. Did he had a legal right to file a lawsuit? Yeah, I think he did, because if you don't know what happened, essentially a few years back, Phil filed a DMCA takedown notification on one of Supercrzy's video, thinking, this is what Phil says, he thought it was just a straight rip of his content. So he gave him a strike, and he claimed he ended up a couple weeks later, he realized his mistake, and he removed the DMCA takedown, which I don't think he's ever shown proof of that. But that's neither near there. And what ended up happening was a month later, Supercrzy his channel got demonetized. And with YouTube, you fully don't know what their policy is regarding DMCA takedown. Do they look at your channel a little closer? I don't know any of that. I really don't know. But he feels as though that DMCA takedown caused someone on YouTube to take a look at his channel and determine that he didn't meet the qualifications to be monetized. So that's sort of his gripe with Phil. Now, did Phil file a false DMCA takedown notification? Yeah, he did. He did file a false notification. And those notifications, when you file them, there's a nice little paragraph that you need to read that says, are you sure you want to do this? Because you doing this has legal ramifications. You can get in trouble for filing a false DMCA strike. Will anyone ever enforce that? No, I doubt it. But there is legal language around filing false DMCA takedown notifications. There are. If you want to know, just Google copyright law, and you can read it to your heart's content. So, based on that alone, I think Supercrzy had a legal right to file a lawsuit against Phil. Now, the thing with that is, typically when you file a lawsuit like that, you have to show damages. So he would have to show where this action damaged him. Now you might say, well, he got demonetized. Okay, he got demonetized. Then he would have to prove, well, how much income did he lose because of that demonetization? And then he would have to have to provide proof on that. It's very difficult and very hard, but does he have a legal right to actually file the suit? Yeah, he has a right to do it. What I have filed the suit? No, I'm not into those things. I don't file those suits. I just think they're worthless. When content creators file lawsuits against other content creators, it never goes anywhere. So it's kind of pointless. But he has every legal right to do it. He did. Now, on the issue about the money, so he did a Kickstarter or some type of fundraiser where he had requested people help him fund his lawsuit of up to the tune of $10,000. Apparently, it reached $3,000, and I think it stalled. No one knows exactly what happened, but apparently, I think this is what Phil said. He shut down that Kickstarter or that fundraiser. Now, I'm not sure what happens after that. I'm not sure if the fundraiser site just redistributes the money back to the individuals, or if he got the money and it would be up to him to refund that. I don't know. But again, Phil doesn't know. He's making assumptions, and he's assuming that none of this happened. He's assuming that the money didn't get distributed back. He's assuming that, it's... He doesn't know. He's just speculating. He's speculating, and the fact that he wants to sit here and make it seem like detractors are detracting against it. No, Phil, that's the cope that you have to tell yourself, because you have so many detractors that don't like you. So I understand the cope there, Phil, but no, honestly, most detractors, kind of like myself, we stay in our lanes. We collab from time to time. We're cordial to other people, and that's kind of the extent of it. Just like I am right here with Supercrzy. I've known him. I've chatted with him for a little bit. We don't collab or anything. But, again, our relationship is cordial, just like most of the detractors. But, of course, Phil thinks Phil thinks in a hive mind because he has a hive mind. He thinks that people actually, after they stop watching his content, they all gather together at a Discord and plot what they're going to do against Phil. Phil, I'm here to tell you, no one is plotting against you. There's no group or organization of detractors that meet. There's no council of 8 that meets to formulate a plan to detract against you. No, everyone detracts based on whatever. For example, yesterday, I decided to hit you on you not being registered to vote and you being a terrible citizen. Did anyone else talk about that? Was that like the talk of the town? Did other detractors make videos or comment about that? No. I got a nice chunk of views on it because people were interested and they see that you're the liar that you are. Just another example of you being a liar. But, it wasn't like it was the thing that everyone glummed on and attacked you for it. So again, Phil, you're just making up these fucking assumptions because you need to cope. You need to cope with your pretty pathetic life. And some of it is narcissism too. Really, man, Phil, you really think you're really that narcissistic to think that this is all we do? This is all we think about is Phil. No, brother, you're just a fucking locale that most people like to laugh at. Point and laugh. As for myself, that's what it is for me. I love to point and laugh at the locale. And when you stop being funny, I will move on to something else. Alrighty, so let's keep going. Sorry that took long, but I figured I had to give my 2 cents in that whole storyline there, that whole arc.
We chilled for a bit. It was a really good show. Then we jump back into Call of Duty Black Ops 6, leveling up, unlocking guns, unlocking attachments, good stuff. And I hope that everyone enjoyed the gameplay today. I was actually using 2 different assault rifles. First, I was using the Goblin, but then it said to get the infrared scope for the Goblin, then I had to switch to the GDP or GPD 91 or something like that. So I used 2 different assault rifles today, did the daily challenges. It was a relatively good stream. And then the late stream tonight, I had to very promptly jump on and do because I was going to appear very briefly on Kino Casino for their election night special. And so I did 2 hours of Life is Strange double exposure and the game got a lot more interesting. Max actually unlocked her powers, and her powers, oddly enough, are different this time around than they were in the original game from a decade ago. So that was a little weird. I wonder if they'll explain why. And the plot picked up a lot. Now, not only is there a murder mystery, but now there's another kind of conspiracy mystery, and there's all these levels of narrative that are kind of weaving up and down. Really interesting stuff. So I really liked the Life is Strange stream tonight. And then I jumped over and I appeared on Kino Casino for like maybe 40 minutes. We hung out. The election is unfolding. As of right now, 10:15 p.m. Pacific time, it looks like actual Donald Trump is going to win the election. It's close, but basically all signs are pointing to him winning. People are like, gee, is there some way this election is going to flip and Kamala's going to steal it or something? But looks like he's going to win it. I was only on there for like 40 minutes, but you could check it out. I'm sure all my haters clipped it and shit like that. But it was a good time. It was a good time. I even wore the red tie as appropriate for the stream. So it was a great streaming day. By the way, we hit all the goals. We exceeded them. And once again, the streak continues. So here's the deal with tomorrow.
All right, so I want to give my thought here. As you guys know, I did a nice video that got a good traction. Your boy Doody ended up getting like 8,000 views. So big ups, thank you everyone. But there was a lot of engagement. I ended up getting like 500 comments. No, I ended up getting like 500 likes and like 600 or 700 comments. The comments were pretty fire. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, that's right. Doody did some investigative style reporting where I went in and I checked to see if Phil's actually eligible to vote. And lo and behold, I pulled up the Washington and Connecticut, of course, both, to see if Phil's even registered. And lo and behold, the Didnt over here is not even registered to vote. The man can't even vote. The 10 years he's lived in Renton, he's never bothered to actually register to vote, Phil. Which probably means he's not even registered to be picked for jury duty, which that's another legality there, Phil, that you might be having issues with. But I digress. Anyway, yeah, our boy Phil isn't even registered to vote. So him sitting here talking massive trash about politics, dude, your opinion doesn't matter. I mean, if you want to have an opinion on politics, okay, keep it to yourself. Talk to your friends and your loved ones. But coming out public and not even voting, matter of fact, not even that, bro. Because I understand sometimes you don't vote, it happens. You're not even registered. You're not even eligible to vote, bro. That's some pathetic shit, especially the climate now, the political climate, where, like I said, you can go fucking get you can go buy some milk, a gallon of milk at 7-Eleven or Wawa's, and you could probably register to vote that way. I mean, it's that easy. Every 4 years when you renew your license, right, Phil? They ask you if you want to register. You just click a box, and it's that easy, brother. It doesn't take long. Or you can go online for 2 minutes, literally, and register. You know what, Phil? If you're that fucking busy, send me a DM, send me a message, and I will register you. I will register you, bro. I know all your information. I can plop it in, and you'll be good to go. And then you can vote in the next election. But my guess is you never want to vote. You've probably never voted ever because you're too lazy. You're too busy begging for money, and that's all you care about. You don't care about nothing but begging for money. It pisses me off when people like you, Phil, that complain about everything. Everything is a fucking problem. Everyone is stupid but you. Just constant complaints, and yet does nothing to even try to fix or remediate the problems. And again, I have the opinion that if you don't vote, shut the fuck up. Nobody wants to hear your opinion. I don't want to hear your opinion. I don't want to hear you complaining about politicians and taxes and crime. You're an idiot. Fucking vote. And if you think the people out there eligible for you to select for your vote aren't good, fucking run. Run for city council. Run for senate. Run for something, bro. Run for dog catcher. At least then you're actually doing something and not just sitting here and bitching, onto a microphone to a bunch of 200 dents that believe everything you have to say, bro. Like, it's just ridiculous. And I didn't watch the PPP Ashton thing. I did reach out to them via DM and sent them that information and just said, by the way, I know that you guys are Canadian, so you guys can't even vote, which is fine. You're gonna bring on someone who isn't even fucking registered to vote and hasn't voted in an election in at least 10 years that I know of. So you're gonna have someone on your panel to talk about politics that didn't even fucking vote. And Worski did reply and he said, oh, it's okay. I think it's fine if you don't vote. You can still have an opinion on politics. I said, all right, whatever. PPP Ashton did not respond. So I don't know if anyone watched it or if they questioned him about being registered. I'm sure he will lie like always. But again, that's why I provided the proof. That's why I went into the government websites and actually pulled down the information, shared the screenshots, just did the whole thing. And you busted, Phil, because for some odd reason, your wife is registered to vote. She actually voted by mail on the 16th of October, but lo and behold, there's no information for one Philip Burnell. Dude, I looked up Philip Burnell, Phil Burnell, David Burnell, Dave Burnell. I even looked up down from the rafters to see if you were registered under any of those names or aliases. And you weren't, bro. Anyway, that's all I have to say. I think it's just pretty pathetic that Phil wants to actually create a DSP politics and the motherfucker didn't even vote. Get the fuck out of here, Phil. This is going to be another lie because he actually tweeted out and on his community page he said, oh, you know, now that the election's over, there's so much animosity, blah, blah, blah. Maybe it's time for DSP politics. No, nobody wants to hear the take from a fucking 42-year-old balding boomer who doesn't even vote and not even registered to vote. So fuck off, Phil. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.